Yo, what is up, everybody? Before we get into the video, I don't have all the fancy YouTube stuff, all the analytics and stuff of who watched my videos, but I do got this. 98 of you, 97 or however many, watched the last video, yet I only have 33 subscribers. Let me just tell you something. The math doesn't add up there. Okay, subscribe. Okay, you got it. Go hit that red button. Let's go. Yo, welcome to the video, guys. Today I am here with a video on J.J. Watt. Let me get closer. There we go. So yesterday, I'm guessing, maybe earlier today, I don't know how good my Wi-Fi is going to be, but J.J. Watt was cut by the Houston Texans per his request, which Deshaun Watson he's still there though. Anyway, don't know why that was a necessary point to bring up, but here I am with 10 potential landing spots for J.J. Watt. I think these are the 10 best, in my opinion, for the most part. There's one or two that don't make sense. Well, there's 8 that don't make sense, but I'm going to give them anyway. Yes, I have my 8 teams. I'm going to talk about who I think are the 2 most obvious ones. Yeah, so the most obvious I think is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that's the odds-on favorite for him to go. I'm fairly certain that's where most places have him going, and it's pretty clear to see why. I'm not going to talking too much about them. T.J. Watt, Derek Watt, Bud Dupree gone. J.J. Yeah, that's the Steelers. And then a second being the Packers, his hometown team. He's been a Packers fan his entire life till he got drafted to Houston. But I think the Packers are also a very likely spot. I think those are the 2 when you go and look at the odds. Those are 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure in that order. I'm also not entirely certain on that, but I do think those are 1 and 2. So now let's get into the interesting ones. I have 8 other ones that I think are very possible, and I think I have them ranked where I think the likelihood of them going. Let's start off with the bottom, the Kansas City Chiefs. It would be amazing for J.J. Watt to go there, but he might not get paid. That would be the big problem. He wouldn't get paid. But outside of that one little fact, it'd be a great place. I mean, you would have a defensive line of Frank Clark, Chris Jones, and J.J. Watt. What sounds wrong with that? I mean, unless it's 4th and 5 and you need your defense to get a stop and you win, then I don't know about Frank Clark. But anyway, I think this would be a great fit for JJ. It's not going to work because of the Chiefs, or the Chiefs in their salary cap. I mean, he'd probably win a ring, but you wouldn't get paid. Like, you might not even see a penny if you went there. So, with them out of the way, I just mentioned them because they're the Chiefs. They're always fun to talk about. Next, the next most, maybe the 2 least likely of places for him to go was Kansas City and the New England Patriots. The sole reason they're here is because I wanted to put them there and because I want J.J. Watt there. They do have money. That could work. But more than likely, J.J. Watt wants a ring. He's got his bag. Now wants the ring. And New England ain't the place to go for that. Do I want him here? Absolutely. But will he come here? Absolutely not. Moving on, we got number 8. I think these next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do math. 6. These next 6 are actually fairly likely. Starting off with the least of these, most likely is the Tennessee Titans. They need an edge rusher, kind of bad. Their defense wasn't great, especially towards the end of the year. They went after Clowney. Hasn't worked yet. Maybe you bring J.J. Watt and put him on this side, gets focused than Clowney. Anyway, I think it's a fine fit. They need an edge rusher. They are in a position to compete. So I think it'd work for both sides. I think he'd be able to get a little bit of money. He'd have to sacrifice some, I think, but he'd be in a good position to get a ring, and it's a team need for Tennessee. Next, we have the team that beat them, Baltimore Ravens. They also need an edge rusher, and I think they're in a much better spot to compete, to contend than the Tennessee Titans are. I think this defense with JJ would be absolutely amazing. Compete with the Steelers for the best team. Probably win the division with JJ. I mean, if JJ goes to the Steelers would probably win the division, and it might not even be close. JJ went there. But if he went to Baltimore, I think that'd be a great fit for him. Their offense is still lacking a little bit behind their defense, but I think with the addition of J.J. Watt, that helped their defense be so boosted that their offense could afford to be what it was 2 years ago, I think is the right, 2 years ago, where they were the number one seed and absolutely compete. Next, this one may not be so likely, but just the thought of it made me put it so high, and that's the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, they were the number one defense anyway. Now, imagine a defensive line of J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, and Michael Brockers. Okay, one of these things is not like the other. Okay, Aaron Donald isn't an edge. I'm kidding. Michael Brockers is nowhere near on. And in fact, Aaron Donald could absolutely play the edge if he wanted to. I think he did. But Michael Brockers is not at the same level as Donald and JJ unless you play in the Seahawks. Then you're set. So that defense would be absolutely insane. It'd be the best in a long time. It'd be absolutely amazing. Their offense just got a revamp with Stafford. I think that team would definitely be towards the top of the list for Super Bowl favorites. Next, a team with a much weaker defense. You have the same division, the Seattle Seahawks. That offense is in towards the end of until you got to the end of the year. That was the dumbest thing I've done in a while. Seattle's defense needs a revamp. They could use J.J. Watt bad. They just paid. They gave up a lot to get Jamal Adams. Now you add even more pass rush with J.J. That defense should be on the right track with that. I mean, their offense is already set. You have two great receivers in Lockett and Metcalf. You have one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Wilson. Whether he wants to be there or they want him there or not, he's still one of the best. I think this Seahawks team is absolutely amazing and a great fit for JJ. Now these top two, I think, are the next two, might be 3 and 4 on the list for most likely, just overall. Number 4, the Chicago Bears. And the reason I think that is because his wife plays soccer in Chicago. That's the sole reason I think that. But if you were to go there, you got fucking Khalil Mack and J.J. Watt. What more could you ask for except for Aaron Donald in the middle? And maybe T.J. Watt. And then Xavier Howard. Stephon Gilmore. Anyway, that defense would be pretty amazing. I mean, the pass rusher would have no time to throw. When you have when healthy, you have two of the best pass rushers in the league coming at you, breathing down your neck all game. That would be amazing for Chicago. Plus, you'd be with your wife. Yeah, Chicago, I think, is a very likely destination. And finally, if we want to talk about ring chasing, why look anywhere else than the Jacksonville Jaguars? You got Trevor Lawrence. Okay, you have the 25th overall pick. You can draft a stud receiver or offensive lineman, whatever you want to do. Trevor Lawrence instantly makes that team better. You got Urban Meyer. You add J.J. Watt to that defense. Well, it'd make any it would bring him up from ground to here. But still, I'm kidding. why look anywhere else than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I mean, they just won a Super Bowl with a pass rush that was elite. You can get paid and compete for a ring. I mean, Shaq Barrett is on his way out. We saw what he could do. Now, J.J. Watt might not be as good as that. He also could be way better than that. I think the Tampa Bay fit just makes perfect sense if you're J.J. Watt, and I think that's honestly where he should go, is to Tampa Bay. I mean, you got the GOAT. You got a star offense, whether you bring back half the people that are free agents or not. Yeah, I think that's the best place for him to go, honestly, except for maybe Pittsburgh. I think might be a better place, maybe. But I think if he wants to win, I think Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, then every other team, and then the Chiefs. I'm just kidding. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, go hit that red thing down below, and I will see you all later. Adios.